Well, it's not every day a police chief quits before his time is up. In fact, the last time it happened in Victoria was around 80 years ago when Thomas Blamey stepped down. I'm joined now by our police reporter, Lisa Maximovic. Lisa, Victoria Police has had a pretty turbulent 6 months or so. Where does Simon Overland's departure leave the force now?
Well, Ian, for Simon Overland's supporters and for the man himself, it's a sad day and the end of what was, in many respects, an outstanding career. But for the rest of Victoria Police, it's a fresh start and a much-needed morale boost. Certainly what I'm hearing from within police ranks is that there's not a lot of sympathy for the boss. There's more a sense of relief and hope that this will help Victoria Police get back on track.
Well, we obviously don't know who yet, but what sort of person is needed to get the force back on track?
Well, after all this, you'd imagine that Victoria Police and the state government would want someone with a steady hand who's not going to rock the boat too much. They'd also like someone who's going to be a leader and, of course, willing to pick up the mess that's been left behind. Now, outsider appointments have never been particularly popular in the past, and the union would like someone who's come from a grassroots Victorian policing background. There are a number of highly regarded candidates from that field in Victoria at the moment. But also we're hearing the suggestion that the return of Sir Ken Jones is something that shouldn't be entirely discounted either. But Ian, today we heard the steadfast attitude of Simon Overland that perhaps was his undoing. Defiant until the end.
Do you have any regrets about your time in the top job? No.
The past year has been one Victoria Police will want to forget. Fudged crime statistics, vulnerable children put at risk of sex offenders, a multi-million-dollar blowout for the troubled police database, and the mysterious departure of Sir Ken Jones. And with each saga, calls to sack the chief grew louder. But the embattled commissioner seemed unwavering.
I'm appointed for 5 years. I've got plans for that 5 years. We're 2 years into it, but there's much more that I need to get done and want to get done, so I'm going to see the distance on this.
And at least in public, the government continued its support.
We have quite clearly given our support to Simon Overland.
The top cop has finally come to the conclusion that a clean slate is necessary for Victoria Police.
There's clearly been a lot of issues running over the last period of time. They have become a significant distraction to the organisation, and I don't believe it's in the best interests that I continue on.
It opens the door for someone to come in, take stock of where we're at, where things have gone wrong, rebuild the organisation.
During almost 20 years with the Australian Federal Police, Overland forged a successful career. Appointed Assistant Commissioner of Victoria Police in 2003, he led the Piranha Task Force, investigating Melbourne's notorious underworld crimes. After succeeding Christine Nixon in March 2009, Overland won favour as an intelligent leader with a strong plan. But just like his predecessor, the popularity didn't last.
I think that he has had an incredibly difficult time for the last 2 years, and I wish him well in his future, but I think that it's a tough job being Police Commissioner.
Simon Overland will take leave immediately with his official resignation on the 1st of July. Ken Lay will fill the role until a replacement is appointed.
What I'm worried about is making sure Victoria Police stays absolutely focused on community safety, so that's what I'll do.
And for now, Simon Overland says this is the last we'll hear from him.
What will you do next? Thanks very much.
Leaving many questions unanswered. Lisa Maximovic, ABC News.